can expect over the next 1 to 3 days or so energetically in the world? Well, I am here to tell you, my friend. Gublewan, everyone. I'm Aurea Eden. Gublewan is my way to greet. It means good, blessed, and wonderful. And this is Daily Energy with daily predictions, your news before the news. So today's energy is going to be about self-care. It's a good day for you to do what it is that you need to do for you. It's to work on, again, your internal self. But this time, I'm not talking about your internal environment as far as your home front. I'm talking about your internal environment as far as inside of yourself. What is going to make you feel good? This is a good day to work out. This is a good day to go buy a new outfit. This is a good day to dress yourself up, fix yourself up, revitalize, get your hair done, get your nails done, put on your best suit, put on your best dress. This is that day. It is also a good day to work on your internal environments in a way to where you get to the point to where you can forgive your past. I know it's difficult to do, but in order to overcome, you must get to the point to where you can forgive. And in order to forgive, you must first learn the why. I know, like me, you might have asked many, many times, why me, God? So spend some time getting to know and review the situation so that you can get to understand the why me, why it had to be you. And sometimes the why, the answer to your question doesn't come right away. Sometimes you gotta go far enough in life to understand the why you. You know, that's one of the questions I used to ask all the time. Why me, God? Why me? Like, why do I have to have this gift? Why do I have to see these things? Why do I have to be faced with this? Why do I have to go tell them? Why can't somebody else go tell them? And I'm just going to be honest. That's the conversation that I used to have with God. I used to say, I just want to be normal. Why can't I just be normal? Because I spent a time of my life thinking that there was something wrong with me because I was born with the gift of sight. I was born with this gift. Lifetime after lifetime, I have had this gift. Many have called me a witch from the time I was in my youth because of this gift. And I ran away from it because it was taboo. What gift that God has given you that you are running away from? What is it that you don't want to embrace? That is another thing that you must come to terms with and really start to love, because it is a part of you. Remember, it's your difference that makes the difference. And where's your difference hidden inside? Your difference is it's hidden inside of, well, your purpose is hidden inside of your difference. And your difference is what makes you authentic. So it could be the very thing that you're hating about yourself, which is the very thing that God wants you to love about you. I used to hate my gift to a certain extent, to the extent that I'm allowed to hate. Because you know, hate is not a good thing. Hate is a poison, okay? It's a poison. That's when I tell people you're going to need a poison stronger than that, okay? So today is about reflecting to see how you can make the progress that you need to make. It's not about complaining about it. Today is about reviewing the situation. Some people complain about things, but they never take the time to just sit still, to go over and review the situation. They want to get the A or they want to get the grade without actually putting forth the effort to learn the lesson to pass the test. And in doing so, it's a great misstep because you miss that, I want to say, explicit knowledge. You miss that because you're unwilling to do the work. Life is like a game. And just like any game, you have to go far enough in it to win the prize at the end. And that prize at the end is sometimes it's just saying, showing you a trophy and celebrating you. But it's arriving at your destiny. It's knowing that you've overcome all of the things that challenged you along the way. And that being said, those challenges you first start, what do? You start when you first play a game, you mess up. And it's like game over. Okay, you lose some vitality. Okay, this day is about going further enough in the day and in life to regain your vitality. Good day for meditation, good day for a spa day, what it is you need to do, okay? All right, take care of you when it's all said and done, all right? The day also comes with, similar to yesterday, policing and politics. This is the day when I would tell you to make sure you're following the law. Some of you, like myself, saw many, many laws out yesterday as I predicted, right? Well, today is similar. This is a day, like every day really, that you want to follow the law. The rules, the laws, the regulations. You don't want no smoke, okay? You don't want no smoke. You don't want to be in trouble today, okay? So follow the law. If you get pulled over, don't go back and forth. Just don't go back and forth. Give them what they're asking for, especially if you know you've not done any wrong. Just be cooperative, okay? So that there's no problems. I'm telling you this today, all right? Because we're in the fighting energy and all of this stuff, and we're in the arrest energy and stuff like this. And I'm telling you this now, today is not that day, to get unruly with authority. We'll have our time later, but today is not that day, okay? All right. So follow the law, go to speed limit, do what it is that you need to do. Now, I'm also going to say when it comes down to politics, we're going to see some things coming up regarding I'm seeing words like veto talk, and I'm seeing words like things being thrown out. This is what I'm getting. I'm getting disapprovals. I'm getting refusals. But I'm also getting over the next 1 to 3 days, because we're going to flip that energy around, right? Because I'm going to take care of you just like you take care of yourself today. We're going to flip that around, and I'm going to say, my friend, my friend, my friend. Baby, this is your confirmation, okay? That it's your time. I'm telling you, you were worried about that situation over there, but what God is showing me right now is that you're about to get it all back. Somebody owe you some money. They owe you some money, and I see it here. While you owe them some money, they owe you some money, but the money that they owe you, you're going to be able to use that to pay them. Do you hear me? Somebody owes you some money. Go look at your bank account, because the day's energy, and over the next 1 to 3 days or so, we're going to hear more in the energy about banks. Matter of fact, let me tell you, I have some themes that's coming out in the energy, some themes that we're going to hear in the news over the next 1 or 3 days or so here. And one of the themes is wine, okay? And I want to say French wine because I keep picking up on France. But wine for sure. I'm getting a lot of drunken energy and stuff like this. I'm seeing vehicles, so we're going to have an increase in drunk driving over the next 1 to 3 days. I'm also seeing wreckages with semis, semi trucks. News about semi trucks is coming up. We know that there's now self-driving semi trucks, so it could be more news and stuff about that. Going back to the banks, something about banks coming up. Banks is a theme. Money is a theme. That's why I said somebody owes you some money. Okay? Money, money, money. Money, money, money. In the words of Rihanna, they better have my money. Okay, she said something else, okay? My money, my money, my money. But we know, now look, we know that for the love of money is the root of all evil. Sometimes we think that money itself is evil. Money is a piece of fiber. It's not a real thing. But the love that you give towards money, it makes it a real thing. So I'm going to say, it's not bad to have money. I used to think it was, because I associated so much corrupt energy with it. But the love that you have for money can cause you to treat people in an inferior way, like they're inferior to you. And that's not right. We should never look down on anybody, because we are one experience away from what? The reality of their life being the reality of our lives. You're always only one experience away, just like they're only one experience away. They're only one experience away from someone nurturing them and supporting them and showing them the ropes to get them to where you are. Because sometimes it's the ones that you look down upon that be the ones that God has his hands upon. And I'm talking about even that drunk. Yes, you, baby. I'm talking about even that drunk that they look down on you and they talk about you, and you have become like a joke to them. They don't take you seriously. But let them sleep on you if they will. Because I don't sleep on you, friend, because I already know. I already know sometimes you drink to run away from you. And baby, don't drink to run away from you. Embrace you. And I bet you, you find life to be a lot sweeter to you. So much so that ain't nobody gonna have to tell you to put the bottle down. Ain't nobody gonna have to tell you when you done had enough. You are going to know when you have had enough. You'll do it yourself. You will amass enough strength in yourself to tell people in so many words with your actions, you're going to need a poison stronger than that. You're going to need a poison stronger than that. You're going to need a poison stronger than that. Past, you're going to need a poison stronger than that. Lie, you're going to need a poison stronger than that. Hurt, you're going to need a poison stronger than that. You're going to need a poison stronger than that. Job loss, you're going to need a poison stronger than that. Breakup, you're going to need a poison stronger than that. Narcissist, you're going to need a poison stronger than that. That's what you're going to have to tell them with your actions. But don't do it for them. Do it for you, so that you can become and live purposely so. And I guarantee God has put a gift so far down inside of you that it's like an egg sitting there, being nested, ready, just ready and waiting to hatch. It's like you're in a gestation period. And once you start to incubate that potential that's inside of you, it's going to hatch into something beautiful into your life. So that's for you, baby. Now let me get back to this energy. Now, money. So somebody owes you money. But maybe somebody owes you money, but you've been too drunk to see it. You've been too drunk to realize that somebody's been stealing from you. You've been too high to realize that somebody's been stealing from you. Who was that? Kodak Black. I think that's his name that I was telling. I felt like somebody's been stealing from Kodak, and he don't even see it because sometimes he's been too high to see it. And this is not a judgment, baby, because I love you. I'm moon energy. I shine on those who are up and I shine on those who are down. I accept everybody. I am the gray, the bridge, okay? So it's not judgment, it's love. But sometimes you're too high to see what's going on. You're too drunk to see what's going on. For some of you, you're too depressed to see what's going on. Naive to see what's going on. That's why you have to go far enough in life to learn. You got to listen to God first and get everybody else out of your ear. That's why you see me take myself down, often. I don't care what you say about it. I don't care if you say she's inconsistent. I don't care about if you say she's not ready. I don't care about none of that. What I care about is this energy that we're bringing in today. And today's energy is going to be about self-care and self-preservation. And I don't know what you know, but what I know is that there's no self-preservation without God, and the world will see it. Okay, that's when we say, I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. Okay, because I know I'm not. Okay. Now, all right, so we also have here a theme here. I'm seeing a cry, a loud sound, a cry. That's why I said the depression. You're going to have to tell that depression. You're going to need a poison stronger than that. This is coming from somebody who suffered from depression, anxiety, or agoraphobic to the point to where I was afraid to leave my house. So I know that the struggle is real. I know what it's like to piss on yourself, okay? I know what it's like to not be able to get out of bed. I'm telling you, the struggle is real. All right. I know what it's like to be afraid to open your front door, to walk outside the house. I know what it's like when the light gets on your nerves. Okay. It's like the light hurts your eyes because you sat in darkness for too long, but you got to roll out of bed. You got to tell that poison you're going, got to tell that poison is a poison. Depression is a poison. You got to tell it you're going to need a poison stronger than that. Okay. So that's why I see a loud cry. Also, watch out for your animals. Over the next 1 to 3 days or so, we know there's going to be an increase in animal activity. And we know that even tomorrow, make preparation, get what you need to get, do what you need to do ahead of time, because we know that people start acting like animals. So the next few days is going to be, especially tomorrow, is going to be a day to where, like I said, increase in shootings, mass shootings, and stuff like that as we get closer and out of this energy. And then it builds up until there's a mass transition into the spirit as we saw yesterday. Okay. So that energy is here. And so watch out for your animals, specifically your cats. Okay. I'm seeing something about hawks and I'm seeing something about cats. Hawks, cats. So you want to watch out for your cats. Make sure they're protected today and over the next few days from hawk attacks, okay? Because hawks do try to swoop down and get cats. All right, so I'm also seeing some names come in. These names, I got Wes, Mo, Simon. This could also be Simone, Moan, Mason, okay, Owen, Mio, Snow. Now I'll tell you about that Snow in a minute. And Olsen. Okay, this could be the Olsen twins. We hear something about And the snow, it could be like maybe they're going to do a spinoff of Jon Snow. Okay, is his name Jon Snow? I don't know. I don't know if his name was Jon Snow, but what is it from God? Game of Thrones? I don't know. But look, because I'm picking up some energy about the snow. Is it going to snow somewhere? Is it going to be snowing somewhere in the summertime? I don't know. But I am picking up something about the snow, but this could be something about the snow in Alaska. Definitely something going on in Alaska. I'm seeing something in Alaska, snow fishing. Here, we saw yesterday that there could be even striking again or something like that, but something coming up about Alaska and snow. All right. The snow don't have to be in Alaska. It could be snow in what they say, diverse places. So we can expect the unexpected. Okay. I'm also getting something here about like somebody getting the victory, the triumph, the win. That's you, baby. But the victory, the triumph, the win. So I see some kind of competition, some kind of match, some kind of contest to where it's coming to a close and someone's going to be crowned, because I'm seeing winning. I'm also seeing here that in the midst of all this chaos and this destruction, I'm seeing that there's going to be some sweetness. There's going to be people, especially today, as it's this self-reflective spiritual energy coming in, that I feel like people are going to actually be a little bit more considerate than they were in the past. Now, I'm talking about today. All right. So we have a lot of leadership energy coming in. I'm seeing businesses stepping in to help out in certain places. Here is what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing a lot of delightful things and pretty things and cute things taking place here. To give people a fresh start here. This could be a program, a non-profit program that focus on people who have addictions here. And maybe it's the completion of the 12-step program or something like that. And if that's you, friend, well, congratulations. I'm proud of you. I'm also seeing something coming up about the exchange. We talked about that yesterday. I'm still picking up on cryptocurrencies, banknotes, and here, have cash on hand, because I'm seeing something about cash ready. Make sure you have cash ready and don't just rely on banks and the internet. Even though money might not even be worth it, it's a good time to invest in like gold and silver. And speaking of gold and silver, over the next 1 to 3 days or so, we're going to hear about mines, gold mines, silver mines, crystal mines, these type of mines. Something coming up about mines. Could be some kind of eruption in a mine, because I am picking up on eruptions. But when you think of mines and eruptions, this could be land mines. This could be, what do you call those? The mines that the explosions, the bombs. Because I don't know if I told you, but bomb is one of the themes for the day and over the next 1 to 3 days or so. So there are massive bomb threats here that I'm seeing. So we're going to hear more about strikes and more about bombs, and more specifically, we may hear something about like mine explosion here is what I'm seeing. But it's also mines as far as mining. All right. So that's what I'm picking up with that. I'm also seeing something coming in about, couples, male, female, stuff like that. Now, this energy here, we were in the fight energy yesterday, but as we grow closer to Mercury retrograde, and we're still in the 20s in the month, you'll notice that, relationships may be a little strained right now. And I see a lot of you in despair because of a situation you're going through when it comes down to relationship. And I'm going to tell you, it's like The best thing that you could do right now, if you're not willing to walk away from that situation, is to walk into yourself and start feeding yourself and overcome the narcissism, because it's likely you're dealing with narcissism right now. Okay, it's a real thing. If you haven't read my poem, The Narcissist, uh go read my poem, The Narcissist. It's somewhere down on these pages of mine. I don't know, I can't find it. It's too far down, but I'll share it one day here soon, since I see this is a thing. But so I'm picking up on that here. So I'm seeing a lot of crying, a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming. But also, this could be something coming up about the company Yelp. Like Yelp, the ones that do reviews. I am actually picking up on something about that as well in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Here. So, subatomic particles. That's above my educational level, so I won't even be able to explain to you what that means. When I see nuke, I'm thinking nuclear. So I'm thinking that we're going to hear more about like these nuclear attacks and stuff like that in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so here. A little bit of character assassinations, a bit coming in. And I see like mood shifts. So, we talked about the depression over the next 1 to 3 days or so. But look, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a medical doctor, nor am I an attorney or a legal advisor of any sort. Okay, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. I got to say that. But if you know like I know, then you know. Okay. All right. So, but I'm seeing excavations. And so, what could end up happening is like while they're mining for this gold, this silver, this coal, this, crystals, whatever they're mining for, they might find something and stumble up on something, doing excavation or something like that. But I am seeing like digging and excavation and mine shafts and stuff like that. So we're seeing gain. And so in the energy, so that means somebody's about to get some money coming in with this energy. We're seeing gain. So somebody about to get some money coming in. Also, coal mining is something that I'm also seeing. So you notice I see a lot of mines. So we're definitely going to hear about mines, minerals and stuff. So it could also be claims on minerals and stuff like that. So you want to check your deeds if you own a property and see who owns the rights to your, not only your ground rights, but your air rights. Okay, your ground rights and your air rights. Okay, when I picked my property, I wanted to make sure I had rights to my ground and my air. Okay, so these are some things that might come up. So we're looking at like it's almost like land debates again. More talk about like taking over like different land and stuff like that here. So I'm also seeing here something coming up about swimming accidents. So I'm picking up on drowning energy. I'm specifically seeing swimming, not necessarily drowning, but when I see swimming, drowning comes with it, because it has to be something in this energy that is trying to pop out to me and saying, look, this is what I see. Tell it to the peoples. Okay. So I'm seeing like swimming, unable to like keep afloat here. So we'll see swimming accidents coming up. So, pay attention, lifeguards. If you're a lifeguard, make sure you're paying attention to what's going on in the water here. I'm also seeing, okay, yeah, definitely there's going to be like things found. I see excavation, things being picked up out of the ground. Like, like, so I feel like they're about to find something. It's like discovery energy here. That makes sense, right? Because what did we do today? What am I encouraging you to do in self reflection? I'm encouraging you to self discover. And so it would make sense that you discover something during self discovery. Okay. So there's discovery energy in today's energy. Okay. So, yes. So they're going to find something. And it could be something that's going to be like something like that's going to fill the museum. All right. Here, let's see. Explosives. I told you about that. All right. So I'm picking up on Egypt. I'm picking up on about like territories in Egypt and territories in Greece. Okay. Something about Egypt, something about Greece coming in today. This is what the energy is bringing in here. I'm also, so this excavation that they discovered, this could be something that happened in Egypt or Greece. Okay. Here, I tell you, but they better stop digging for they run up on some stuff. All right. Some of y'all be thinking this stuff ain't real, but it's real. Okay. Be digging up on some stuff and mess around and find out. Okay. All right. So, I'm seeing stuff about omens coming in. And there's your warning, because that's what we're going to be getting in this energy as well over the next 1 to 3 days. We're going to hear a lot about warnings, and I am picking up something about a neighborhood, and it's like a search in this neighborhood. So I'm seeing a search for somebody, and because I'm picking up a little bit of water energy and drowning, there could be a search for somebody in the water that's drowned. But and so we're going to see searches in neighborhoods coming up here over the next 1 to 3 days or so. I'm also seeing stuff coming in about still that bodybuilder energy, tissue, muscle, bone. I'm picking up on that here. That could be the discovery of, they could find some more bones, but anything that you could dig up and find, that's basically what I'm seeing in this energy. I'm also seeing something coming up about pigs and hogs and stuff like that. You'll start seeing more of them, and we'll start hearing more about pigs and hogs and stuff like that in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. This could be about pork meat. This could be about, like boars in the area digging up your fruit trees and stuff like that, is what I'm seeing over the next 1 to 3 days. There is snakes and weasels and all of that in the energy. So over the next 1 to 3 days or so, you want to make sure you're watching where you are stepping. Okay. One of the things that you could do if you're out in the wilderness is carry like a mirror around your neck, just in case you run up across a snake. And then what you do is you can reflect that mirror to basically blind that snake. But if you don't know what you're doing, don't even do that. Okay. Google it. Okay. Watch a video before you do it. Okay. But just make sure you are paying attention, because I'm seeing over the next 1 to 3 days a lot of animal activity. And this is in the water and outside of the water, because yesterday I picked up on whales fishing and stuff like that. And today I'm picking up on like rascals and weasels and snakes and stuff like that. Like a lot of monster energy is coming in. So we might hear more about like monsters and villains and stuff like that over the next 1 to 3 days or so. A lot of like wrongdoer type energy. This could be a show that comes out, but that's what I'm seeing, because I did see Stitch. So I feel like that's Lilo and Stitch or something. We might hear something about that coming up. So, all right. So I'm also picking up on Something about salt is coming up. Salt. Okay, over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Expect to hear some kind of loud noise, some clamor, some uproar, or something like that. An eruption is what I'm picking up on. This could be about an eruption is what I'm picking up on. This could be a volcanic eruption. I'm seeing here things that is coming in about a good time for you to cut the grass and stuff. That's tomorrow's energy. Over the next 1 to 3 days or so, you're going to be seeing a lot of people cutting their hay and stuff like that, and drying their hay. So you're going to start seeing more hay in field, more corn being cut, more straw being cut down here over the next 1 to 3 days. So you're going to start seeing more farm vehicles on the road. And so we're not just talking about semi accidents, we're also talking about farm vehicle accidents as well that I'm seeing here. So if you have not, then the energy is saying that now is a good time to cut the grass and mow and all of that stuff over the next 1 to 3 days or so, because we're actually getting close to, I want to say we have a new moon on the 29th. I could be wrong, but I believe it's a new moon on the 29th. Okay. And so you want to go ahead and cut down the old so that you can get ready for the new. All right. So, and like I said, corn is in the energy again. It was in the energy yesterday. So we're going to definitely see something coming up about corn. Okay. Ducks as well in the energy. So it's a lot of animal activity in the energy. And it could be like, I see somebody like, or something or someone rummaging through some things. So we see searches, seizures, investigations. I see like they're looking for something. Now this could be those vermin. Okay,